Hi there, Leonard Parker here. In this video today, I'm going to respond to a question that came in here in Quora. What is the most difficult part of technical SEO? And this is a broad question because first you have to figure out what tasks comprise technical SEO and how to differentiate that from on-page SEO. So my definition of technical SEO is anything related to site code, so schema implementation, website speed optimization, fixing broken links or redirect type issues. And I usually will categorize other things like alt tag optimization for images, um, meta descriptions, title tags, internal, external links. Those are all, in my opinion, under the on-page SEO bucket. Now, for images, you have the alt tags, which is a type of meta tag, but you also have where, and this is directly related to site speed, where um, your images might be too large for your site, so it's really slowing down the time for your site to render. So in these cases, there are many ways you can compress your images. So if you're using WordPress, there are plenty of plugins out there. I would say Smush is probably the most popular that will actually compress your images so that they are more optimized for site speed. Now, I would say the most difficult part of technical SEO. Well, first is figuring out what technical issues exist with your website. And I use a tool called Screaming Frog. There are plenty of tutorials out there, but Screaming Frog, if you have a small website, it should be sufficient. They have a free version, which I believe you can review up to 500 URLs, but that can really help you identify what issues are going on with your website on the technical side of things. Now, as far as fixing, what are the most difficult to fix? I would say site speed optimization, because it's not always clear what needs to be fixed until you get into the code. But some common ways to fix site speed optimization, from my experience, and many times sites are missing these things, are making sure that you're leveraging browser caching. So again, if you're using WordPress, which I highly recommend for SEO because it's, there's just so much functionality, and it has the largest community out there I know of any other content management platform. But anyway, figuring out what the issues are. So leveraging browser caching can be one. I've already talked about image optimization. There could be situations where for images, you're specifying the image, but you're not actually specifying the size of the image, the dimensions of the image in the HTML. So that can add to your load speed. I would say those are the most common issues. Then, of course, you can get into the whole conversation of what web hosting that you're using. The web host can have a significant impact on how fast your site loads. So if you are able to, and you have the budget, I highly recommend getting a dedicated server because that can really help speed up your website, which has been shown to impact your Google search engine ranking and your conversion rate on your website. And usually, if you're not a developer or you don't really have more than a beginner levels knowledge of HTML and CSS, some of the things that would need to be fixed for site speed optimization might be out of your wheelhouse. So it might be recommended that you go and hire a developer on somewhere like Upwork, or if you know one locally, to kind of help walk you through your site speed optimization. Now, to end this video, there are cases where technical SEO becomes very important. And one of those is during a site migration. So I've seen site migrations where if you don't properly map old URLs to the new URLs, you can have a really bad situation on your hand where all of your old URLs, your old website URLs, they're indexed in Google. However, they're all go to broken pages. So you have to make sure when you're doing a site migration that you properly address, how people are going to get from the old URLs that are already indexed in Google to the new URLs. And again, that's going to be through 301 redirects. And again, if you're using WordPress, I use a plugin called Redirection. Pretty easy, pretty simple. You basically just put in the old URL and then put in a new URL, and it's that simple. And even if you're changing your domain name, it's simple to go from an old domain or a URL on an old domain to a URL on a new domain. So those are my thoughts about technical SEO and some of the difficult parts about it. But feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'll leave a link to the transcript below the video, and feel free to reach out. Thanks.